All right, welcome back to the channel. So, Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz seems to be on, and it might be the first fight that takes place after all this quarantine ends. Let's talk about what Leonard Ellerbe has to say about that and Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Gervonta Tank Davis, you know that boy is a star. Boy is a star. And looking to fight Leo Santa Cruz, because you know that boy Leo Santa Cruz is a ducker. Promise you, that boy is a ducker. So trust me. There is nothing, not too many things more than I want in the sport of boxing than to see Gervonta Tank Davis, Little Tank, fight Leo Santa Cruz. That's Leo Santa Cruz. If y'all ain't watched Leo Santa Cruz fights, man, somebody got in the comment section, got to tell me, why does he do this? Why does he shake his hands before every punch he throws, man? It seems like he would be telegraphing it, but that's Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is the 126 and 130 pound WBA champion. According to what I look at, maybe when some new rankings come out, you know, maybe that'll change. But he's the 126 pound champion and 130 pound champion at 130 pounds. He also, I do believe, was 118 pound champion. He was 122 pound champion and 118 pound champion. He, if he was to go up to lightweight, would be going for, I do believe, his a title in his 5th division. However, rest assured, he ain't getting it against Gervonta Little Tank Davis. Little Tank is going to bust up Leo Santa Cruz so bad, it is going to be, man, I don't understand. Sometimes I don't understand, man. It's like Leo Santa Cruz went all these years not fighting people that he should have fought, that where the gap is not ridiculously wide. Well, some of them are ridiculously wide. Like Guillermo Rigondeaux, dude, we could have had Leo Santa Cruz out of our hair years ago. If he would have fought Guillermo Rigondeaux at 122 pounds, while Guillermo Rigondeaux was 122 pound WBA champion. Chose not to do it, just like the rest of them. And by the rest of them, I mean, and I shall forever. I'm similar to one of my subscribers. Shout out to my man, Big Dog Willie, who every time he comes to my channel during the live streams, leaves in a super chat, says, daily affirmation, F Dillian White. Right? So the things that Dillian White have ticked off Big Dog Willie so bad that he just daily comes out and says, F Dillian White. The amount of disgust that Big Dog Willie feels before Dillian White, for me, double that with Leo Santa Cruz, whatever his name is, because the dude is the walking definition of duck job. Okay. Ducking Gary Russell Jr. What he's doing with ducking Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. is right there at 126 pounds with you, man. There wasn't no need for you to move up, dude. Gary Russell Jr. walked up on Leo Santa Cruz's daddy. Walked up on his daddy, put his arms around his daddy and said, hey, man, I got my hands on your dad. Is this enough to get you in the ring, Leo Santa Cruz? Will this make you mad enough? And what did Leo Santa Cruz do? What did Leo Santa Cruz do? He said, hey, very funny. No, I'm not going to take the fight. No, I don't know who you are. My dad didn't know who you are. All that bull. Okay. My dad thought he was somebody else. I'm not concerned about that. All that nonsense he was talking, man. Your dad knows dang well who Gary Russell Jr. is, man. Stop telling stories. And you should have fought Gary Russell Jr. This is ridiculous. So anyway, I got that off my chest. Had to get it off my chest. If you can't tell, not a Leo Santa Cruz fan. He is a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but he's a good fighter. And being a good fighter is cool, but when you're in the weight class with great fighters and you refuse to fight them, and you're holding a belt and you refuse to fight them, and they're with the same organization that you're with, man, I ain't got no time for that, man. Because people want to know who the best fighter is. And out there at 126, All them dudes are acting like they don't know who Gary Russell Jr. is. Josh Warrington is acting like he don't know who Gary Russell Jr. is. Leo Santa Cruz acting like he don't know who he is. And yes, one of my favorite young fighters coming up, he and his camp are acting like they don't know who Gary Russell Jr. is. And that being Shakur Stevenson. Ridiculous. So with that said, there is nothing more than I would love to see than Leo Santa Cruz fight Gervonta Tank Davis, because there is next to nothing that Leo Santa Cruz can do to Gary Russell Jr. Now, I am not Gary Russell Jr., excuse me, to Gervonta Tank Davis. Next to nothing. He's not as fast. He's not as skilled. He does not punch as hard. The styles of the fight doesn't work for him. Leo Santa Cruz is a volume puncher. Gervonta Davis is a southpaw, vicious counter puncher. So you let your hands go. Gervonta Davis is letting his hands go in between, and Gervonta Davis is going to win that battle with Leo Santa Cruz 392 days a week, and every Sunday he'll win it twice. I don't want to hear it. This fight for Leo Santa Cruz is nothing but a cash grab towards the end of his career, and him cooperating with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Leonard Ellerbe and Gervonta Davis to give Gervonta Davis a much better highlight reel, because now he won't just be able to see pictures of him knocking out people you don't know. You'll be able to see him with an established multi-weight division champion on the ground with one of his legs cocked over crazy and his head up against the turnbuckle. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, that's exactly how I can see that fight ending, dude. Just like, did you see when the fight between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Ricky Hatton, where Floyd Mayweather Jr. was backing up and Ricky Hatton was coming by, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. caught him with that? I don't know, was it a check left hook? I think he might have swung out. Actually, I think he might have spun out to his left. And when he spun out to his left, he might have hit him with a right. I think it might have been a right hook or a straight right hook that he hit him with. But regardless, he hits Ricky Hatton solidly with that shot. Ricky's Hatton falls forward, blasts his head on the turnbuckle, and then falls out. Man, one of the best and most and funniest. It was like a blooper knockout, dang near. So I see that fight ending for Leo Santa Cruz similar to the way that fight ended for Ricky Hatton, with the grand exception that there won't be any entertaining moments for Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is going to come out forward, looking to throw jabs, being cautious, shaking his hands left or right. Gervonta Davis is going to slip side to side, boom, hit him with a straight right to the gut, straight right jab to the gut, come back up top with the jab, with the right jab up to the top. Leo Santa Cruz eventually is going to get busted up, which is probably going to happen in the first couple rounds. And depending on how good his chin is, we'll see, because it's going to get tested. It's definitely going to get tested with a counter right hook, counter left hooks. And he's going to get blasted with straight left hands. Man, it's just, there's literally nothing I can see Leo Santa Cruz doing to Gervonta Davis except for bloodying his gloves and messing up his shorts. I just don't see it. However, Leo Santa Cruz is taking the fight. The fight, more than likely, they said the fight's going to be is either going to be, I think they said they're talking about Texas or talking about California. Well, they say that it's going to be expect it to be the first major fight back when we come up off of this, this quarantine and the stuff that we're on, with all this stuff going on in the world. So to expect that to be one of the first fights that you see. Personally, I'm really hoping that it can be in Texas, the state of Texas. And I think Texas is likely, because Texas has already begun to open up business. And it's not the city. There are major cities in Texas, but even the major cities in Texas are really big. They're very, very big, dispersed. There's not as many people that live on top of each other in cities in Texas, so that, along with the fact that they are loosening the restrictions already, it's reasonable to say you might be able to jump out there and get a fight going on. I don't know what that would mean with the ticket sales, because you're still going to keep social distancing and things, so you won't be able to sit right up in a in a seat right next to somebody. So, but we'll see how that comes out. I'm glad that the fight's going to take place. Now, as far as what weight it's going to take place at, I think that Gervonta Davis, that Leonard Ellerbe said it could be 130 or 135. So, they're obviously still talking about that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be where Gervonta Davis wants it to be. And that fight is going to take place. And Leo Santa Cruz is going to lose viciously. Anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.